I just removed these highway pegs from the crash bars that the previous owner had on this 1979 Honda Gold Wing. And I'm assuming that the first owner is the one who put these highway pegs on here, and probably these crash bars here as well. I mean, because the guy I bought it from, I'm the third owner. The second owner, the guy I bought it from, he only had the bike for about a year, and he only rode it for like about 1,000 miles. He really didn't do much to it at all. I mean, it's pretty much exactly the way that the first owner had set it up and customized it. I mean, there's not even a whole lot of customization that he did. I mean, he put these crash bars on here. He put these highway pegs on here. And I took the highway pegs off, man, because I didn't like them. I tried them, actually. I'd never ridden on a bike with highway pegs. And so I actually tried it, and I didn't like it. Maybe on a long trip, but, man, I felt like I was in like a gynecologist chair or something like that. You know, like one of those, you know, when the women go in for their, you know, annual exam or whatever, you know, man. I mean, I'm assuming anyway. I've never been in one of those things, but that's what it felt like to me. But man, I took off the highway pegs here. I'm actually going to see if I can maybe throw these up on eBay and sell them. But one of the questions, here's the thing though. One of the questions that I had for the previous owner, the second owner, was, if when the bike leans over, do these crash bars actually scrape, or will the pegs scrape first? And he didn't know. You know, he had never, you know, like I said, he only rode the bike, you know, just a little bit, so he didn't know. And he was trying to, it was crazy, man. I mean, he was trying to lean the bike over, you know, and trying to see if the peg was going to touch or if the crash bar is going to touch. I was like, hey, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it. It's all right, you know. Yeah, so he didn't know. So when I got home, I started looking at things here, and one thing you'll notice is that the bottom of the peg is absolutely smooth. It's totally pristine. There's no scrapes or nothing on here at all. This thing has never touched the ground, you know, on both sides. Neither of the pegs have touched the ground. But these highway pegs have. I mean, so here's the one I just took off here from the left side, and if you fold this up here, you can see there's a little bit of scraping here on the bottom of this highway peg, and the only real way that can happen is if the bike, I guess, were to tip over or to kind of scrape on the ground, you know. And so I'm assuming that this was scraped, and it's not a lot, you know. It's just like a little bit here on the left side. You can also, I don't know if you can see this here, or again, it's just a little bit. You can feel where it's scraped here on these crash bars as well. Now, if you go to the right side, though, if you go over here to the right side, here's the highway peg here's the highway peg that I took off from the right side. You can see this is obviously scraped a whole lot more. This has definitely been down. This has definitely touched the ground. I don't think it's been dropped. Maybe it's been dropped. I don't know, but it's definitely been scraped. You know. And again, this peg right here, absolutely smooth, totally pristine. If you were to feel my pegs over on the 2002 Honda Shadow Sabre, you'll feel that they're a little bit rough. You know, I don't tend to scrape them that much, but same type of thing. I tend to scrape the peg on the right side of the bike when I'm pushing that one more so than the one on the left side. And the same thing on this one here. If you look at the bottom of this crash bar here, you can see this is definitely scraped up. Sorry, this isn't focusing well here, but this is definitely very, very much scraped. So this crash bar will actually hit the ground first before the peg will. And I'm kind of worried about that, to be quite honest with you. On one hand, I get it because it's going to protect the motor, but I've never ridden with a bike with these crash bars down here like this, and I'm like, is this thing gonna like flip on me? You know, like if I start leaning the bike over and it starts scraping, I mean, is this gonna catch? Because this doesn't give at all. One thing I don't mind about scraping pegs on your, you know, the regular stock pegs is that, you know, they give. You know, so I mean, if they start to scrape, you know, there's some give there. There's no give, man. I mean, so if this starts scraping, I mean, at some point you got to figure, is this thing going to catch and I'm going to flip? I mean, I don't know. I mean, for seasoned riders, I mean, you guys give me some feedback, give me some advice. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's totally cool. All that to say, I'm thinking of maybe taking these off. You know, I get because it's going to protect the motor here in the event that I fall. or an event that the bike falls down. But I just I don't know, man. I'm worried about it because this will give me some extra clearance. If I take this off here, that'll give me a little bit more ability to lean. Because one thing about this motorcycle, man, it's just it takes the turns so well, so easy. It's much better than the 2002 Honda Shadow Sabre. It really is. I mean, it's so easy to lean over, and you just feel so comfortable with it. It handles so well. Even at low speeds, it handles really well. I'm assuming it's because all the weight's down here low. The tank is underneath the seat as well, so everything is very, very low in terms of the weight, and the center of gravity is really, really shifted right around in here. So anyway, I just wanted to show this, man, that this thing does indeed scrape these crash bars instead of the pegs, and hopefully I can throw these highway pegs up on eBay and get somebody to buy these. So anyway, with that, my friends, my people, continue to ride with confidence, head up 100%. Yeah, this is SoopaBee.